Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel IGCSE Biology Help. In today's video, I'm going to be solving the Biology Paper 3 Theory, which is for the core students. This is the February-March 2024 Variant 2 exam. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and like my videos so you can receive more content like this. Let's start solving. Question number 1 says, the boxes on the left show some of the components of blood. The boxes on the right show the functions of these components. Draw lines to link each component with its function or functions. Draw 4 lines. So, of course, we have only 3 components over here and there is 4 functions. So, actually, there is one of these components which have 2 functions. So let's answer. Now for the platelets, they have the function of blood clotting. So this is our first answer. Red blood cells, we know that they also perform phagocytosis and they are also responsible for transporting oxygen. So this is our second answer. And now white blood cells, of course, they produce antibodies. So this is our answer. Red blood cells has 2 functions, as we know, which is phagocytosis and transportation of oxygen. Plasma is also a component of blood. Describe the function of plasma. Of course, they can transport blood, cells, nutrients, vitamins, ions, hormones, water, carbon dioxide, urea, and there's also other things. So they transport many things actually, including blood cells, and also cells, and a lot of things, as we all can see. Figure 1.1 is a photomicrograph of one component of blood. I say state the name of the component of blood shown in figure 1.1. So this is actually like showing the white blood cell. So this is our answer. Double I says identify structures A, B, and C shown in figure 1.1. So actually A over here, this is actually the cell membrane, and B, this is the nucleus, which is pointing towards the black like bag or sac that is present inside of this cell, and we know that it is large as well. The nucleus is quite large. So also C is the mitochondria. As we can see, there are folds inside which like indicate that this is a mitochondria, and it's shaped like a bean, so we know that this is the mitochondria. Describe one function of the cytoplasm. You can say that it is a medium for cell reactions, which means that cell reactions take place inside of the cytoplasm, and it also it's a site of chemical reactions. It's the same meaning. Also, it can be a solvent for like chemicals, like it dissolves the chemicals, and it can also maintain organelles in position or support them, or maintain optimum environment for organelles. Organelles are, for example, the nucleus. This is like an organ which is present inside of the cell. Protects cell structures and storage site. There can be some storage present inside of the cytoplasm. 2 says figure 2.1 shows part of a strawberry tree. Complete the sentences using words from the list to describe how living things are named. Each word may be used once, more than once, or not at all. So first of all, the binomial system is used to give every species a scientific name. Of course, we know this from chapter 1 or 2, that the binomial system is the system which names things. It gives them a scientific name that is known by every scientist around the world. It is the international well-known system of naming. So now the scientific name for the strawberry tree in figure 2.1 is something over here. I can't really spell it. Arbutus is the genus name. So genus, as we all know, in the binomial system, it is like divided over 2 parts, 2 sections. First section of the name, it has to be in capital letter. It has to start with a capital letter. It is called the genus. And then the second one, it is the species name. So it is divided like that. So the first one is the genus name, and the second one is the species name. So this is the binomial system. B says describe what is meant by the term species. It is a group of organisms that can reproduce to give fertile offspring. This is a definition that you should have memorized from the syllabus. I made a video about all of the definitions that you have to memorize. It's on my channel. It's called Complete like IGCSE Biology. You can find it on my channel for syllabus 2024, 2025. You can check it out. It's a where I explained like everything you should know in the whole biology subject and the definitions you should memorize. It's very useful. You should check it out. So this is one of the definitions that you should have known. Plant species can be identified using a dichotomous key. Figure 2.2 shows the leaves from 6 plant species A to F. So here is 6 species of plant. Use the key to identify species shown in figure 2.2. So this question is like a game basically. You have to see if the description is like matching. If it's matching, you're going to go to 2, for example, and then it's going to tell you to go to number 3. So it's actually like very fun to solve these questions. They're not hard, and it just needs a little time, to be honest. But if you solve a lot, it's going to be easier for you. So number 1A, a leaf has a smooth unlobed outline. Go to 2. So it has a smooth outline like this one. It's not like it doesn't have zigzags like this one. It's smooth on the outside. This applies to A and B. I mean F over here. This is also smooth on the outside, like the outline. And this one is like zigzags. So let's see. It says if there's this description, you have to go to 2 over here. So we're over at 2. Leaf is more than twice as long as it is wide. So this means that it's like tall. It's not like wide, it's more taller than being wide. So this is F, because F is taller than A over here. It's not like wide, it's like much taller than its width over here, as we can see. But this one, it's almost equal, like the plus sign, it's equal over here. So that means that it's like wide and not very tall at the same time. So this is F, and of course the second one, it's not wide, it's not tall, I mean, so it's going to be A, of course. Now over here, let's continue back at B. Leaf does not have a smooth or unlobed outline. This is basically the rest of the leaf, so you're going to just cross this one out so you don't get confused. Now let's go to 3 over here. Leaflets are present. Leaflets are like these things. If these are present, you're going to go to number 4. Only 5 leaflets are present. So we're going to count each one. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is E, so our answer is going to be E over here because they have 5 leaflets. More than 5 leaflets are present. So let's see, this one, of course, it's more than 5, so our answer is going to be D. Now let's see the other description. Leaflets are not present, so this is the rest of them. Like this one is done and this one is done. So B and C are the remaining plants. Let's see. 5A says a leaf has spikes on its outer edge. So this is this one. So our answer is going to be C. Leaf does not have spikes on its outer edge, which is B. It's smooth, as we all can see. It's smooth, doesn't have like this spikes. So this is how you solve this question. Maybe many students are confused on how to answer it, but it's not that hard. Consider it like a game, basically. You're going to look at where they are like telling you go to 5, go to 4. You're going to see the descriptions and match it according to the photo micrographs that you are presented with. 3a, figure 3.1 shows the apparatus used in an investigation to determine the effect of carbon dioxide on photosynthesis. Soda lime and potassium hydroxide solution both absorb carbon dioxide from the air. So over here, there is the controlled variable over here, which is the soda lime. This other one, they added glass beads instead of the soda lime. And over here, there is a potassium hydroxide solution, and there is no potassium hydroxide in B. Using the information in figure 3.1, predict which plant A or B will have the lowest rate of photosynthesis. Explain your prediction. So A will have the lowest one. This is because over here they said that the soda lime and potassium hydroxide, they both absorb carbon dioxide from the air. So there will be the lowest rate of photosynthesis in this one, because there is potassium hydroxide solution which absorbs carbon dioxide, and also soda lime absorbs carbon dioxide. So both of these things over here, they absorb carbon dioxide, and we know that photosynthesis will be very slow if there is no carbon dioxide around. We know that plants, they absorb carbon dioxide and give us oxygen. So this is not giving the raw materials for photosynthesis to occur, so it's going to be very slow compared to B. So plant has low or least amount of carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is needed for photosynthesis. Explain why a student used iodine solution to show that photosynthesis had occurred in a leaf. So we know that iodine is a test for starch, but why is a test for starch is used to show that there was photosynthesis? We know that photosynthesis makes or creates glucose inside of the plant. So glucose in the plant, there will be some of it that is left for storage for the plant for later. So it will be converted from glucose to starch. Now, if there was no photosynthesis, there will be no glucose, because of course, there is no energy at all that is produced. Now, starch is stored in the leaf or in the plant, so if starch is present, the iodine will turn into blue-black. C says, figure 3.2 shows the effect of light intensity on the rate of photosynthesis. So as we can see that it was increasing until a certain point, and then it was constant. Using information in figure 3.2, identify the highest rate of photosynthesis. So how do we find this out? You're going to go to the highest point, which was around here, and this is around 200 and this is around 210 over here. Each block is 5, and it is divided over 10, so it moves 50. So we're going to divide 50 over 10 to get each block. So this is 210. Each block is 5, and there's 2, so this is 10. 210. Double I, calculate the difference in the rate of photosynthesis between 1 and 2 arbitrary units of light intensity. First of all, you're going to be getting the value of the light intensity at 1 over here, 1 arbitrary unit. Okay, this is around over here, like around something over here. And then you're going to find out that value, and then you're going to see the value of 2, and you're going to subtract this value of arbitrary unit 2 from arbitrary unit 1, because it's the smaller value. So you're going to be getting a range from 55 to 65, because there's a difference in the printing. Triple I, identify the lowest light intensity that gives the maximum rate of photosynthesis. This is actually from around 3 to 4, so you have a range from 3 to 4 arbitrary units. This is where there was the highest light intensity, rate of photosynthesis. So you to be exact, you can say 3.8 to 4, but 4 is considered to be like the perfect answer, because like over here, look, if you do like that, you're going to be getting the highest rate, which was at 210, and from 3.8 also it is a correct answer over here. Explain why the graph rises as light intensity increases from 0 to 2 arbitrary units. Light is the source of energy for this process. Plants need light for photosynthesis, and you can also say that it was a limiting factor, so when it increases there will be an increasing in the photosynthesis rate. This D says carbon dioxide is one of the raw materials needed for photosynthesis. State the other raw material. This is actually water. E says state the name of the cell structure where photosynthesis occurs. This is in the chloroplast, and the only organism that can perform photosynthesis is the plant, because it is also the only organism that has chloroplasts. F, in another investigation, a student investigated the rate of photosynthesis at two temperatures in 3 different species of plant. The results are shown in table 3.1. Calculate the percentage increase in the rate of photosynthesis for species 1 between 20 and 30 degrees. Give your answer to 3 significant figures. So 3 significant figures means that the number should be 3 divided or rounded to 3 significant figures. So let's see. To calculate percentage change, you're going to be getting the new value minus the old value divided by the old value multiplied by 100. This is the formula. So I got the species 1. They're asking about species 1, the difference at 30 and 20. So the new value was 32.8 and the old value at 20 was 20.3. 20 degrees, I'm talking about the degrees, and this is 30 degrees, and you're going to be adding these values multiplied by 100. You're going to be getting 61.6%. Double I tick one conclusion that can be made from the data in table 3.1. Species 1 has the greatest rate of photosynthesis at 40 degrees. They didn't give us any data for 40 degrees, so this is not right. The enzymes in species 2 denatured at 30 degrees. Well, actually this is not correct. Denatured mean that there is zero rate of photosynthesis and there is zero reaction at all. There is nothing happening, and over here there is no denaturation occurred because there's still a rate of photosynthesis. There's still chemical reactions that are taking place, so this is not correct. Now 3 says species 3 has the highest rate of photosynthesis at both 20 degrees and 30 degrees. So let's compare. Over here, species 3 has 32.3, which is the highest compared to number 1 and 2, and also it has 35.7, which is higher than species 2 and 1, so this is a correct answer, and this is our answer. 4a, complete the sentences using words from the list. Each word may be used once, more than once, or not at all. So the eye is a sense organ. The eye is made from a group of tissue, and the receptor cells are in the retina detect light. Figure 4.1 is a diagram of parts of the eye. Draw X on figure 4.1 to show the position of the blind spot. This is basically over here. Identify the letters on figure 4.1 that represent the cornea. Cornea is here at B, and let me zoom out. Okay, the iris is C, the retina is E, and the optic nerve is D. Now next question, the triple I says complete the table by describing the function of some of the structures of the eye. So this is memorization. You should have memorized these information. The iris controls how much light enters the pupil or the eye. A lens focuses light onto the retina. Figure 5.1 shows a food web from a desert ecosystem. A says identify on figure 5.1 a quaternary consumer. This is actually the wolf. A herbivore, which means it eats only it means it only eats like vegetable or like herbs. This is actually the rabbit. It doesn't eat anything other than grass. So this is the rabbit or grasshoppers. An organism that is both a secondary and tertiary consumer. This is the roadrunner or wolf. So that means that it can be the secondary or tertiary at the same time. This is the roadrunner, which is this one, and also the wolf. They can be a secondary when they eat rabbits, or they can be a tertiary when they eat from grasshoppers, scorpions, and then they eat the roadrunners. This means that they can be both. An organism that is trophic level 1, this is actually grass. A food chain from food web is shown: grass, rabbits, wolves. Sketch the pyramid of biomass for this food chain. Label the pyramid with the name of each species. So I've made something over here. You can draw something like this in the exam. First of all, you have to put the grass at the bottom, and then the rabbits in the middle, and the wolves. And you have to draw it like this from large to smaller, because there is smaller amount of energy that is passed on from each trophic level. Double I says, state the principal source of energy for food webs. This is the sun. Humans harvest rabbits. The roadrunner population could increase or decrease as a result of humans over harvesting rabbits. Explain how both changes in the roadrunner population could occur. Now, for the roadrunner population, it can be decreased if there is less water, less food, and fewer rabbits available for the wolves. So, if there is less food for the roadrunners, there will be a decrease in their population. And also, if there is wolves eating more roadrunners, there will be, of course, less or a decrease in its population. Now, roadrunner population can increase if there is fewer rabbits, so more grass available for grasshoppers, so more grasshoppers or food for roadrunners, which leads to more reproduction of road runners. So this is basically the answer. C says the population of hawks has decreased significantly in the past 20 years. One cause of this decrease is insecticides used in farming. Insecticides is something that is used to kill or control or gets rid of insects. So this is one use for insecticides. It can also increase crop yield or production or quality. Double I suggests 3 other ways that humans may cause the population of birds, such as hawks, to decrease. So number 1 is deforestation. Deforestation is something very serious. It means cutting down trees from the forest, or cutting down trees. So these trees may have population of birds living on them, or insects or animals living on the tree. So when you when you cut down the tree, there is going to be a decrease in the population of these organisms that were living on the tree, and it can lead to extinction of these organisms. Introduction of foreign species. These foreign species may they may attack the population of birds, and they may actually cause them to decrease in size. Catching for food or over harvesting. So for example, someone is hunting for, let's just say a chicken. So in the way, when they were hunting for a chicken, they killed by accident another bird that they didn't want to kill. So this is they just killed the bird for nothing. So this is over harvesting. Killed on roads or by airplanes. So a bird can be killed by an airplane moving, or they can be killed on roads by accident. Climate change or global warming, they may cause the environment for these birds not to be their optimum, and they may be killed. Number 6, figure 6.1 shows the total mass of plastics waste produced in the world since 2000, and what happens to that plastic. The data from 2000 2020 to 2050 are the predictions and are shown as dashed lines on figure 6.1. AI using the information in figure 6.1 describe the data for total plastics waste production from 2000 to 2050. So as we can see that from 2000 it was of course the lowest mass of plastic that was produced over here, and then it keeps on increasing. So as we can see that it is increasing steadily, or it is like increasing in like all the time, it's not stopping from 2000 to 2020 over here. And the predictions are also increasing like more rapidly than before. As we can see, the like the predicted um the predicted total plastics waste is the highest at 2050 over here, and the plastics that are discarded, it was like everything is at its highest at 2050. Of course this is a prediction, it may change. So we can see the total plastic waste is increasing steadily from 2000 to 2020. There is an increasing rate to from 2020 to 2050. There is the highest total plastic waste in 2050. So this is like something you can say also to get marks other than describing. You can also like say like you can explain or describe the data as well, not just explaining the like the pattern of the graph. Double I using the information in figure 6.1 estimate the percentage of total plastics waste that will be discarded in 2050. Circle the correct percentage. So you're going to be choosing the highest percentage because 2050 was the highest in everything, like total plastic waste or plastic discarded and everything. So you're just going to choose the largest or the highest percentage. Triple I, many plastics are made from oil. Oil is not a sustainable resource. Describe what is meant by the term sustainable resource. It is produced as rapidly as it is removed, so it is made as fast as it is used. So it will never run out because like it's made all the time. So it is also from the environment, which means that it's natural, it's not man-made. The combustion of plastics release carbon dioxide gas into the atmosphere. Describe the consequences of releasing this carbon dioxide gas into the atmosphere. It is actually a pollutant. It may cause enhanced greenhouse effect or global warming, which causes climate change. So as we can see, like around the world right now, there is all of the weather, like in all countries, it's getting much hotter than usual. So this will cause climate change. It's like the climate has changed, it's not like before, and it can lead to rising sea levels, which causes more extreme weather events such as like floods or tsunamis. So the like rising sea levels, they occur because more glaciers and more ice mountains will melt because of the high heat in the air, or the climate is getting hotter than usual, so they will melt down. And also there will be habitat destruction and deforestation may occur, and there will be extinction of species. So this is all consequences of carbon dioxide gas. B says figure 6.2 shows plastic pollution in an ocean. Describe the effects of plastic pollution on organisms in the oceans. So plastic pollution is very harmful for animals or organisms in the ocean because it can cause entanglement, which means that they are basically like stuck in the plastic. They cannot swim, they cannot hunt, they cannot do anything, they cannot even eat because they will be suffocated. And for example, the plant a fish can mistake a piece of plastic for food, so it will eat that plastic, and then it is going to be blocking off their digestive system, so their stomach will not be able to digest anything. So like if they eat anything else, it will be blocked because they cannot digest. So this is going to lead to the death of many fish inside of the sea. And as plastic is also non-biodegradable, so it will block sunlight and reduce photosynthesis. So for example, if there is plastic floating on the surface of the beach or in the water, the plants will receive less sunlight, So there will be also more death of plants because there is less photosynthesis. It will disrupt food chains, and it may accumulate up to the food chain and cause more organisms to die, and number of organisms in the sea may decrease. So this was oh, never mind. 7a, some bacteria have had human genes inserted into them. The bacteria are said to be genetically modified. Describe what is meant by the term gene. So gene is the length of a DNA or unit of DNA that codes for a protein or a polypeptide. Double I, one human protein that is made by genetically modified bacteria is insulin. State the role of insulin in the human body. It decreases the blood glucose concentration. Describe one other use of genetically modified organisms. This is insertion of genes into crop plants for resistance to herbicides and resistance to insect pests or resistance to disease. So, state two reasons why bacteria are useful for genetic modification. They have fast reproduction rate. That means they are reproducing very fast, and there will be large numbers of bacteria in a very small time. Ability to make complex molecules, and they can be grown in a small space easily, and there will be no ethical issues. That means there will be no people like saying we have to protect bacteria from being used in the lab because they also have rights and this stuff that we see. And also there is no issues regarding cruelty or like abuse of bacteria because like nobody wants bacteria anyways. B says state two ways in which bacterial cells are different from plant cells. Bacteria have circular DNA, plasmids, no nucleus, no mitochondria, no chloroplast, no cell wall is not cellulose based, and flagella they have it, and plant cells of course don't have flagella. Flagella is like this, something like this. It's like a tail. This tail is used for movement. It is also found in the sperm cell. So this was the end of our exam. This is definitely a very long exam. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and like my videos to receive more content. And if there is any question that you may have, please write it down in the comments. And if you found this video useful, make sure to share it with others so they can also learn more information. And thank you for watching.